If the appeal fails, the impact will go far beyond one courtroom. The question many Nigerians are quietly asking right now is not just about Nnamdi Kanu's legal fate, but about what it could mean for national unity, political stability, and public trust. The appeal process is ongoing, but people are already thinking ahead. An appeal is a request for a higher court to review a previous judgment. If that appeal succeeds, the outcome can change. If the appeal fails, the earlier decision stands. That is the legal reality. Now, if the appeal fails, what happens next? First, the legal path becomes narrower. It does not always mean there are zero options left, but it means the major judicial review has been exhausted or significantly limited. That alone changes the conversation from legal hope to political possibility.
In the Southeast, reactions would likely be emotional. Many people see this case as symbolic. If the appeal fails, disappointment may rise among supporters. Community leaders may increase calls for dialogue. Lawmakers may intensify appeals to the president to consider constitutional powers. However, it is important to emphasize that emotional reaction does not automatically mean instability. Nigeria has gone through many difficult legal and political moments before. What matters most is how leaders respond. If the appeal fails, pressure on the presidency could increase. Even though the executive has consistently emphasized the respect for the judiciary, public attention would shift toward whether a political solution is possible. A failed appeal could test public trust in institutions. Some citizens would say, and the courts have spoken, the matter is settled. Others may question whether every argument was fully considered. These differing reactions can shape political conversations. Economically, tension in any region can affect investor confidence. Stability matters for business, development, and growth. If public conversations become heated, leaders would likely work quickly to calm nerves and reassure citizens. Politically, opposition figures might use the outcome to criticize or defend the government. That is normal in democracy. Ruling parties and opposition parties interpret events differently. But let us remain balanced. If the appeal fails, it does not automatically close every constitutional door. Nigeria's constitution provides mechanisms such as clemency and pardon. Yet these are executive powers that can be exercised under certain conditions. Whether they would be considered is a matter of timing and political judgment. Another impact could be regional political alignment. Leaders in the Southeast may reassess their strategy. They could intensify engagement with the federal government, or they could push for stronger regional advocacy. At the same time, national security agencies would likely monitor public mood carefully to ensure calm and order. Maintaining peace would be a priority. The real impact of a failed appeal depends heavily on leadership response. Calm communication from political and community leaders can prevent escalation. Clear messaging can reduce misunderstandings. Nigeria's democracy has institutions designed to manage disagreements peacefully. Courts, legislatures, and executive authorities all play roles. Supporters of Kanu would likely feel disappointed, but disappointment does not have to translate into unrest. Responsible leadership at all levels can guide public emotion toward constructive dialogue. There is also the international dimension. Nigeria's handling of high-profile legal cases is watched globally. A calm and lawful process strengthens the country's democratic image. Any perception of instability could attract global attention. Another factor to consider is long-term reconciliation. If the appeal fails, discussions about national unity may intensify. Political leaders may seek ways to build trust and reduce feelings of marginalization. It is important not to jump to conclusions. Appeals are complex. Courts analyze carefully. Outcomes are based on legal reasoning and not public pressure. But preparing mentally for possible outcomes is wise. That is why this conversation matters. If the appeal fails, some will see it as finality. Others will see it as the beginning of a new political phase. The difference lies in perspective. Public dialogue must remain respectful. Heated language can increase tension unnecessarily. Balanced conversation helps the country move forward. In summary, if the appeal fails, The impact will likely include increased political pressure, renewed regional dialogue, and intensified debate about constitutional options. It will not automatically create chaos. The outcome will depend on how leaders manage communication and engagement. Nigeria has navigated difficult moments before. Strong institutions and calm leadership are key. Please stay with me carefully. And do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue bringing clear and balanced updates.